Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to manage WordPress. The first thing we do is to log in into the backend. In order to do so, we have to go to our top bar where we have the domain. We write /login. This will take us to this page where we can provide our user credentials to access to WordPress. As you can see, it already has my user credentials, so I just click login. Once I log in into the backend, the first thing I see is the dashboard. This dashboard is like a summary of everything that is going on in the website, including some plugins activities and posts and events, because in this case we have now an event plugin that I'm going to show you how it works later. I'm going to go from the top to the bottom. So here is the name of your website. You can click here to go back. This icon here is the theme updates or the plugins updates. It tells you how many things you have to update. Here are the comments. This tab allows us to add new elements to the website, including posts, media, page, events, even sliders. This icon here is for the Joe's SEO plugin, and it allows us to get directly to the functionality that it provides. This one is for the events, all right? So I don't want to go into details about these ones, but we are going to deal with them as we scroll down following these tabs here in the sidebar. First thing we have is the post. In order to access to the post or any of these tabs, we have to click over it, or we can also open the options it provides, like at the right, any of this, and click wherever we need to access to. Okay, so I am just in the post. I see all the posts that has been created here in the backend. We also have not only the one that are published, we also have the draft or any other status. Like for example, we can have pending review or publish. These are the three status that we can set for any post. Once you finish making the quick update, you have to make sure to click update. Okay, now let's take a look to one of these posts. I'm going to randomly pick the second one. So once we click, we have access to the post content, the top bar for the title, and this is what it is the content. In this case, we are dealing with a template that its name is called Salient. This template provides us tools that we can use to manage the content around our website in an easy way. One of those tools is the page builder. As you can see now, this is how it usually looks like and works without any tool at all. But you're going to see the difference once I click here, page builder. Now that I've clicked page builder, it allows me to manage the elements in an easy way. I can click here, edit the content, and also the most important thing, it allows me to pick any new element I would like to create and use it on the post or the page. All right. You can access to the website and play around with any of this. Okay, so this is pretty simple. It works like a Word document. So you click pencil, and once you are here, you make the necessary editions that you want to make and click save. Okay. Now, once you finish, you have to make sure you click here update to update the changes you have made on the post. We also have categories, tags, and the feature image. These two are not important in this case for us because we are not dealing with many types of formats, or we don't have structure any category yet to allow the users to find certain content based on the category. This is more likely useful when you have websites where you talk about a lot of topics and you want to give a different topic to each group, and this is how it becomes useful. But in this case, most of our posts are about one single topic in general, so it doesn't becomes handy. Okay, tags is more or less the same as category differentiation. Okay, so something important is the set a feature image. This allows us to select one image from our media library to set it as a feature image on the blog, and also allow us to load our own file. Okay, we can decide which one we prefer. So let's say we want to load, no, let's say we want to select one of the images that we already have to become the feature image of this post. So I'm going to click this one and I select set feature image. Once I click update, this will become the feature image because at the moment it haven't been saved. Let's now inspect in really quick how it looks right now, currently, without the changes we are about to make. So this is the article that we are seeing, and it says no image added yet. Alright, so now we are going to submit the change by clicking update, and the image will be visible once I refresh the page in order to see the changes I have made. Okay, you can see even though I have refreshed the page, it doesn't show up. I don't have it here. We are not able to see it, but we know we have included here as a feature image. So you may be wondering what is going on and how you want, what you can do in order to prevent this. I'm going to show you briefly. So let's continue taking a look to the other elements. On the center point, we will get here where it says Salient. This is the template, the control panel, where you have all the options, all the settings to change things around. And here is where we are going to access to the blog and fix this issue we are having with the feature image at the moment. Okay, so let's continue. The next tab will be the events. This events tab comes from the plugin that I have included, I have uploaded to the website. The name of it is Event Calendar. So once we get to the plugins, I'm going to show you what it is. Okay, so events. First thing we see is the events and the option to add new events. At this moment, we have only one, this the example event. If I click here, you're going to notice it looks exactly the same as the post. We have the functionalities coming from the template that we can use here. And we also have something new. We have time and date, location, organizers, etc. This is what allowed us to give information to our website visitors about the event, when it's going to be, where, who is the organizer, and even the cost if we want. Everything can be included here. The same is for the feature image. In this case, I have selected this just as an example. And if we go to the front end and we click in events, you're going to be able to see the events that we currently have. Since we only have one, it is the example I have created, and it is right here. I can click, find out more, and this will take me to a page where I can find more information about this event. Okay, so these are all the details, the organizer, the menu. Even we can get to show a map if we want, so we can see where it's exactly located. Okay, so going back, I want to tell you something about this. This will show the upcoming events. If an event has passed, it won't show up here. Okay, just to let you know. Okay, getting back to the tabs, let's get to the next one. You can play around with all of this once you get access to it, but it's the same. It's all the information you're going to be creating here. Just to let you know, the locations are going to get saved. So if you add one location, the system is going to save it on the database. And if you want to include in the future, you don't have to write all over again, just select the same location. I think the same works for the organizers. So continuing, we have the portfolio. This portfolio tab, we are not using it at all, I think, in this case. This is more when you have projects or products that you have created, work sample, whatever. And since your website doesn't have to deal much with that, we haven't used this feature at all. So let's continue with media. Media is where all the files you have uploaded are. Here we can find images, we can find documents like PDF, videos, anything. Anything that is a document or an image, it can be found here, even music. Okay, so you scroll down, you're going to see all the images that we have uploaded, even the images that came with the template. Now, if we want to search, we can use dates to find images based on dates, and also based on the type of media item. This is helpful when you have a lot of media elements and you wants to access quickly to any type of document that you're looking for. Okay, so continuing, we have the home slider. This home slider, once again, is one of the features we are not using because we have several options in the current website that doesn't require us to use this slider at all. Continuing, we have Nectar slider. This Nectar slider, it works with some plugins. I mean, it works as a tool that you can use when you are editing on the website. And I may show you how it works, but once again, this is not that useful because we are not showing that many sliders at all. Continuing, we have a really important section that is the pages. These pages are all the pages that are available because we have created. You can see now we have all these pages. So let's do something right now. We have, as you can see, one page that says corporate news and post page. Also, we have one that says home page, front page. The one that says front page means that this is the first page someone is going to see if they visit this domain at the top or whatever your main domain is. Okay, this post page is where all the posts are going to automatically be shared. Now, I want to edit the name of this page because this name was given to it on the demo version that I installed at the beginning of the development process of this website. So I just want to name it blog. I think this is how it's named on the website, right? Blog. Okay, so I click quick edit, and from here, without needing to access to the page, I can quickly edit the blog and the slug too. The slug is important because this is for the SEO. It's really important to include the name of the page here in the slug. Otherwise, it's going to be corporate to news, and you don't want that, even for your visitor, right? For your users, you don't want them to see uh, an address that they don't understand. So blog will be fine. I click update, and that's it. So if I refresh, I shouldn't see anything because I have changed the name of the page and the slug, and this is currently not a page anymore. All right, so if I want to go to the blog, I can click blog, and this will take me to the new slug I have created with the new address for the blog. So this is working perfect right now. Okay, continuing, we are going to take a quick look to the home page just to show you how the tools provided by the template works. All right, so as I was explaining when we were taking a look to the post, this these tools that the template provides allow us to easily add any kind of content. Okay, so let's take a look to this. These all have been created using the tools of the Salient team called Page Builder. So if I want to see first how this looks like on the front end, I want to go to the home page and take a look around. Okay, the same you're going to see now is what we have in the backend. Just this is the front end representation of all the program that we have in the backend. Okay, as I scroll down, you can see all the elements, transitions, effects, spaces, backgrounds, images, buttons, colors, all of this. Okay, so how this works, basically we have a lot of tools here combined. Each of them have a different functionality. First thing we have to understand about this is that everything is organized between rows. So here we have one row. This is a row of 3 columns. If I put the mouse over here and I click custom, you're going to see how this row is divided. Okay, this is the current partition we are using for this row, and if I scroll down and I check which one this is using, this is 1.5. Okay, so this is how we can divide the whole space we are sharing between the row, right? This is one single row, as you can see, and this is one single row too, but we have 2 columns, and this one has only 1 column. Okay, so the first thing you want to do every time you're working here is to create a row if you currently don't have any. So you click row, and then you have this plus icon. When you click it, it allows you to use any of these tools, okay, or elements. There are also elements on the website, right? So let's say I want to use this one, food menu item. We don't even need it, but just to show you an example, right? It already comes with some settings, and you have to fill out the fields, right? So I have used one tool that I have, one extension that allows me to automatically fill out the fields. So I click Save Change, and that's it. This element should appear now in the front end. Okay. Okay, this tool also mess with all the fields. So I'm going to refresh and give you another example. Okay, so once again, I scroll down. As I was explaining, first you have to create the row, and you may be wondering why. It's because of the spaces and the division we want to create between every section of the page. So if we create a row, then we are going to create something very basic that is a text block. It comes with text already. So I save the changes, and this follows the same order as you can see on the home page. It's just the same. So don't hesitate something is disorganized, because everything is organized the same way you can see it in the backend. So right now I have included text at the end of the page close to this element right here. So if I update, I should be able to see the text here. Let me refresh. Okay, now you can see. This is the element we just included. Okay, so let me get back to the editor. I want to finish explaining this, and then I'm going to record a second video to make it easier for you to follow the process. Okay, so we delete it. And now let me continue with the explanation about the elements. Okay, so here first element we have is the video in the background, the header, and this is a smaller video that we're going to display if I click over it, right? I click, it displays automatically from YouTube, and we have an error. So what's going on? Most likely the link is wrong, or it's not wrong, but it's not the way the website, I mean the backend was expecting it. So we are going to see what is going on. I click edit video light box, and here I have the URL. Okay, and maybe this doesn't want me to include the channel from where it's coming from. So I delete that piece of the address. I click update, and hopefully now it works fine. Okay, let's see. Okay, now I'm going to try and see if it works. I click on it, and ta-da, now it works. So the issue was basically the link. Okay, so I can close the video now and continue with the other elements here on the backend. Okay, so as I was saying, we have the rows, remember, and the inner elements. Okay, so we can going to take a look to this button, for example. Every single element has its own fields for customization, right? Since this is a button, it allows me to customize the size, the link, the text inside the button, even some styles if I want to play with them to see which one I like better and use that one. Then color that I want to use for this button, and any animation. Okay, so I want to explain something important when it comes to elements and also these roads. Something that we have with websites are the paddings and the margins. We use padding margin to make a space between the elements so they don't stick together, and it makes the website look much better. Okay, so this space right here is currently made because of that. Now, how we can change it? This template in particular allow us to use this the functionality inside of each row. So we can click edit this row, and as I scroll down, it says padding top and padding bottom. So I can change this to increase distance between the elements. I'm not going to explain the difference between merging and padding. You can ask me later if you are interested about knowing more about that. But let's understand for now that this is space. The greater the number, the greater the space. Okay, so let's say we want 60%, still 6. We save the change, we publish, and let's get back to the home page to see how it looks like now. So as I refresh, you will notice how the space is way more than before. Okay, here is a lot of space. This is 60% of padding. The difference is obvious. Okay, so I hope this explains really in a simple way how you can make some space between the elements using your template editor. Okay, let's get back to the page. To the backend. Okay, now we are back here, and we have several elements. You can spend your time trying to see which one you like better, or even just to know, right, about them. This one, for example, is for the images that we have here, these two. So if you click over it, this is the background, this box, then this is the image at the top. That's it. So this is the testimonials, this is a header, and this is practically this section right here. Okay, you can edit it and make any necessary changes. In this case, this element is playing as a background image. So if I click over the column, I can see that this is the background image, and I can change it just clicking here. And the same, it works everywhere. You can pick the image or load your own image, right? Selecting the file from your computer. Okay, so I close, and why this works this way? Well, because this row has a setting here that it allows me to give this column a background image that covers the whole space because it's following the same size created by the element, by the column that is beside of it. This works this way because I have created a row, and with this row, these elements are sharing the same space. That's why it's so important to always create rows. And you can customize the size, the columns, or pick any of these options too. Okay, so this is all about the backend editor until pages so far. So I'm going to finish this video now and record a second video that is going to be more about the features and the plugin that we are using on this website. Thank you very much for your time, and let me know if you have any questions.